Good evening from Southeast Asia, and this will be episode number 295, I think. Wait a minute, wait. Yes, sir, I knew that. I just, like joking. It's episode number 295 of the AlienAnalProbe.com series. We've got so many different series, we don't even know what's what. This is 295. Now, you cannot watch this until you have watched episode 294, because this is the sequel to 294. And it is titled on our YouTube channel thing. Who knows how long that's going to last, YouTube being what it is. Kind of a sister to Facebook where all good things disappear. Anyway, the title on the 10 Bears Travel channel on YouTube is 294, Aliens, Georgia, and the Boy. So yeah, it was really original. Yeah, okay, whatever. So we're going to call this 295, and I don't know, you'll know, by the time you get around to clicking on it, you'll know what title we ever figured out for it. We don't, not really into that crap. Okay, this episode is, as I said, the sequel to 294, and it is designed to teach you, demonstrate to you how you can take a report of something and pick it to smithereens, to get down to the bone, past the gristle. You got to get to the bone. Okay, so in 294, I didn't tell you if I gave any credibility to that report or not. I mean, I know already. I've covered this is the only report that I've covered numerous times over almost a decade. It's the only one. And there's a reason for that. I'll tell you at the end what the reason is. This one I can't let go of. I mean, I should. Okay, this is in location. I'm just going to start with the same report that we did in 294. Same report, same text, same everything. But this time, I give myself license to pick at it. Anal retentive, even. Georgia, location is Georgia. Exact location not given. Date is 1968. Time is 0230 in the morning, 2:30 in the morning, middle of the night. Okay. Now, in the first one, and this is why you should listen to the first one first, because I did not stop or hesitate or explain anything all the way through it. I had to choke myself out. Shut up. Don't say what you think. Okay. This one, there are no such restrictions, and I'm going to, yeah, baby, there's a reason that this one gets me so much, and I'll tell you that at the end also. Oh, there's a reason for this. Okay. I'm gonna pick this 4-year-old Celestian Falcon. Wait a minute. Okay. 4-year-old Celestian Falcon was with his family and father, a member of the military, then on their way to Florida from Tennessee in order to find temporary housing after his father had been transferred there. Okay. Stay with me. 4-year-old. Okay, right from the get-go. 4-year. I don't like reports by 4-year-olds. Okay, that's a guy, this Celestian, whoever the hell he is. He's older now. He was 4 in 1968, so now he's like, what, 100? I don't know. And I don't know when he told this story. Let's see. Well, it probably says at the bottom. I don't know. I don't care. He's older when he's telling the story. But I don't like reports by 4-year-olds. All he's doing, presumably, is remembering what happened when he was 4. Well, what do you remember when you were 4? Some people's conscious memory doesn't start until they're like 5. I mean, mine started at 3.5, pretty freaking hazy. And then by 4, I have some clearer memories, but nothing to what this kid has. So I don't like 4-year-olds, remembering shit. Now, let's move right along here. Celestian Falcon. Really? That's his name? That's really, truly his name? Well, it could be. Sounds bullshit to me. Sounds like some made-up thing that some Russian idiot would think that all Americans are named Celestian Falcon. I don't know. It just sounds stupid to me. Maybe it's really his name. And if it is, I am sorry. He's probably still alive somewhere. Let's waterboard that sucker. Let's find that, sir. It's an unusual name. We can find that turkey and waterboard him. Okay. But I don't think he really exists by that name. Yeah. Okay, he was with his father. Okay, the father's was in the military. Okay, not going to challenge that. On the way to Florida, Tennessee. Okay, whatever. Okay. Typical story. While driving through a long, winding country road in Georgia, after traveling for several miles, a strange lighted craft suddenly appeared about 200 yards in back of them off to the left side of the road, hovering over a hill loft. And I still don't know what the hell a hill loft is. I'm not bothered to look it up. Okay, so there we go. That sentence, I'm going sentence by sentence here. That sentence is okay. Lots of people see lights off 200 yards in some field. I don't know. Usually helicopters or some stupid shit like that. But I'm not going to challenge that claim. Okay, that's okay. His mother screamed. Celestian's mother screamed. Okay, now, maybe she did. But she's got a pretty low threshold for screaming. She sees a light 200 yards. That's 2 football fields away. It's a light. It's just a light in a field, hovering. Could be anything. It could be a helicopter. It could be a low-flying plane. It could be a crop duster. Georgia has a lot of crop dusting, and they do that primarily at night. Could be a spotter for a crop duster. Sometimes, if the crops are tall, they'll put a special flashlight kind of thing on the end of a long pole to hold it up so the pilot can see him and make his rows correctly. Why is the mother screaming? She sees a light 200 yards away. It's, she's screaming. Okay. The craft had large red lights and other lights that appeared to be coming from the top windows of the craft. Okay, it's got windows. He doesn't say it looks like a flying saucer. He doesn't say it looks like anything scary. It's got windows. I don't know. It could be the Goodyear blimp, Probably not, but, could be. So far, there's no reason to scream. Lady, shut the hell up. A red glow surrounded it as it started to slowly head in towards them over an empty field. Okay, still could be a biggish helicopter, No reason to scream, lady. But as his mother kept screaming, gosh, she's a screamer. She's that can be a good thing sometimes, but not in this context. I don't know. It's annoying even then. For God's sake. Okay, she's screaming. As his mother kept screaming, other cars began to pass them and almost shoved them off the road. Okay, if this really is a creepy looking thing coming, that's a reasonable statement. The cars were trying to get away. 3 more cars from the opposite direction did immediate U-turns when they saw the hovering craft coming toward the witnesses. Okay, could happen. That's reasonable. Not going to challenge that. 1 car stopped behind them and pulled over to their right side of the road. Then their car engine shut off. Okay. Now, I got 6,400 of these cases, 6,400 in my database that I've collected over 1,000 years. Actually, they do go back about 2,000 years, but I wasn't there to collect them. Okay, but God damn. Okay, so Where the hell was I? Then their engine shut off. Okay, that's going to be my point. Lots and lots and lots of these reports that feature cars or things with engines say the engine cut off when the creepy thing approached. Okay, really, really, really common. What percentage? God, I don't know. I'm thinking, I don't know. I haven't done a survey of it, but I'm thinking 60%. Maybe more, maybe 75% of the times that a creepy thing approaches, the car engine stops, okay? So that's a reasonable statement. I'm not going to challenge that. His father looked back through his rearview mirror and saw the stopped car. Maybe he would do that if he's a really cool cucumber. If I was in a situation where my very vocal wife was screaming her brains out, and other cars are doing U's and shit like that, and this big lighted thing is coming, I wouldn't just look back through the mirror. My head would be doing 360s. I'd be looking everywhere. I'd be turning around. I'd want to see what the hell is going on all around me. Because now we're almost in survival mode. Okay, anyway, that's just me, you know. His father looked back through the rearview mirror and saw the stopped car. Okay. Yeah, you know, but that's what the kid remembers. Okay. Then, armed with a gun, he stepped outside to check the car engine. Okay, well, that's, you know, that could be reasonable. You know, with a creepy thing coming at you and people doing U-turns, I guess, you know you can't run, so okay, you're gonna get out and open the hood and see if some wire has fallen off, you know. And you got a gun because people are acting weird and there's a creepy thing coming in the air. Okay, we'll let that one slide. The UFO then began to turn towards the roadway. His father saw it and rushed back to the car, to get in, and attempted to start the engine once more. Okay, well, that's kind of reasonable. You know, you might do that. Yeah, that's probably what you would do. Even though he hadn't fixed anything, he's thinking, well, what the hell have I got to lose? You know, I'm going to hit that key. Maybe we'll get lucky. His mother then shoved Celestian to the back seat and covered him to hide him. Well, yeah, I wonder if she's still screaming at the top of her lungs. Probably. So that's a reasonable thing. That could happen. You know, they ought to protect the babies. Okay, she told him to sit still and not to make a sound. The young witness then looked back through the rear window. Yeah, he's really sitting still, isn't he? And saw the other stopped car about 40 feet in back of them. Okay. At 4 years, you would remember that, probably, yeah. A young male went over to his passenger side and took out his young girlfriend from the passenger side. Okay. He attempted to hide her in the trunk. Okay, bullshit. I'm calling bullshit already. I'm calling bullshit right here. Okay, you got a car stopped 40 feet behind you. It's dark. Maybe its headlights are pointing right at you as you look out the rear view, as you look out the rear window. Probably they are. It's nighttime. They've got his headlights on. He stopped. You're not going to turn his headlights off. So they're blinding you as you're looking out the rear window. But the kid says he sees the car. Okay, he could probably see the driver get out. Could probably see the driver walk around the front of the car. He'd be backlit to the passenger side. He could probably see that door open. He could probably see, well, gets his girlfriend out. I'm not sure when it's backlit like that, pitch black. I'm not sure he'd be able to tell if it was a male or a female or who the hell was getting out of the passenger side. Okay. But he says it was the girlfriend. He says it was a young girlfriend. 40 feet. That's a car length and a half. Maybe a little more. I'm thinking this is just kind of hokey a little bit. I'm not believing that he actually saw this. Okay. Now, let's say the man driver of that car, he gets his girlfriend out. and he takes her around to the back of the car. Okay, you're not going to see that from looking out the back window of a car 40 feet in front of you. You're not going to see what's going on through the windshield, through the back window. You're not going to see anything. You might be able to surmise that the trunk has opened. That's about all. You're just going to see shadows and shit. Looking through all that glass, and your view's going to be bad. The headlights are shining in your eyes. You're not going to know he's trying to stuff her in the trunk. You're just going to see something that looks like maybe the trunk opened. You're okay. But he says, took out his young girlfriend from the passenger side. He attempted to hide her in the trunk. Okay, I call him bullshit on that because okay, then he saw several 5-foot-tall aliens surround the couple. Okay, same problem. Everything's backlit. The headlights are shining in your eyes. To the back of the car in back of you is, more like 55 feet. That's quite a ways. This one does maybe 3 car lengths. Everything's dark. How does he know it's aliens? They're 5 feet tall. Could be, kids. Okay. The male driver pulled out a tire iron, but an alien touched him with a silver prod, and he went limp. Okay, bullshit. Bullshit. I'm calling bullshit on this line. Okay. So they started out this report with a neutral score of, let's say 0. For it to be believable, for it to be totally believable, they need a score of 100 points. Okay. How are they doing so far? So far, they've added a couple of little minor points, like 2 or 3 points, and then with the other bullshit, they subtracted like 7 points. So they're like 4 points in the hole already towards believability. Okay. He saw several 5-foot-tall aliens surround the couple. I just not buying it. The trunk is open. You can't see what's going on back there. The girl is in the trunk or halfway or whatever. You don't even know if she's in the trunk. The male driver pulled out a tire iron, but an alien touched him with a silver prod, and he went limp. How does the kid know he's got a tire iron at that distance in the dark, backlit? Okay, and the aliens touched him with a silver prod. I guess if it's, reflective, you might surmise it's silvery. That's reaching. Okay. They then put them in silver blankets and levitated them into the craft. Where's the craft right now? The last we heard, it was just sort of had turned a little bit to head their direction. Where's the craft? Park in the middle of the road? Okay. And so they put him in silver blankets. How'd they do that? So the aliens touched them both and they went limp. Dead carp fell onto the ground, and then the aliens, they picked him up and they put him in these silver blankets, zipped him up like body bags or something like that, and then they went woo, 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 and they levitated up. Okay, reaching. Then a pinkish red light filled into the witness car. Okay. I'll take it at face value. He got down, covering up, and then everything suddenly became very quiet. Okay. I actually personally had something very similar to this happen to me when I was a little kid. I was 4.5 or 5. It weren't no aliens, but same scenario. And I identify with that. Creeped me out then, creeps me out now. Everything suddenly became very quiet. Okay, someone or something then opened the door. He stuffed himself down there on the floor, I guess under some blankets or something. He felt hands and arms grab him and pull him out in his blankie. Okay. Then he blacked out. Okay, that sounds pretty reasonable. That's, yeah, okay. Whatever. We'll take that one. Maybe he gets like a half a point because it kind of sort of makes sense. His next memory was of being inside the spacecraft. Okay, let it go. They were in a room of some kind. A reptilian-like alien was holding him. Okay. Now, he just woke up from being passed out. And he wakes up and he sees a reptilian alien holding him. And what are you going to do? You're going to pass out again, for God's sake. Anybody would. But not this kid. He's looking, taking notes. Okay, the reptilians got him. They're holding him with their reptilian claw things. And he's just standing there like, yeah, man, hey, what are you doing? His mother was trying to get the aliens to give him back. And this is a great line coming up. I love this one. His mother was trying to get the aliens to give him back. What was she doing? How is she trying that? You don't have no alien money. Was she saying, look, give him back. You can see my titties, Is that a deal? How is she talking English? And the reptiles are just, what the hell? Okay, but the kid remembers all this. Okay, the mother was trying to get the aliens to give him back, but his father, here's the good part, wait for it, had decided it was best to let them take them and have what they wanted. Now, wait a minute. The mother's begging, crying, mascara's running. Give me back my baby, please, please, please. You can see my titties. And the father just said, nah, he never was really much of a kid. Let him have the little spud. I never liked him all that much, to tell you the truth, and I'm not even sure he's mine. That's the scenario we're supposed to believe here. And so what's the mother doing? She's doing, fuck you, you bastard. I always knew you were a bastard. That's why I fucked your brother. No, he's not yours. God damn it. But okay, Jesus Christ. Okay, so apparently the mother's pleading didn't work. Okay, I mean, we're going down the rabbit hole here. He was then taken downstairs. Not really a description on that. The witness then saw a large table with some time. I love this too. This is really a good part. I love this part because what's our website? alienanalprobe.com. That's one of them. You can go there. You can find this there. You can find this one on YouTube, whatever. You can find the old versions of this one also from years and years ago on alienanalprobe.com or theyclaim.com. All that shit's on there. Well, a lot of it is. The witness then saw. See, you got to pick these apart. Every word has meaning within meaning, like they say in Dune. The witness then saw a large table with some type of probing device at the foot of it. Okay, think about this. Okay, how is he going to know that? Whatever the device is. I mean, I got this picture in my brain. You know what an oil pump in an oil field, you know what they look like? They look like those donkey thing, the horse thing. They look like the bird thing you had when you were a kid, and you put its beak in some water and it just goes ka-chunk, ka-chunk, and it dips its beak and, like it's drinking the water or some bullshit when really it only evaporates away. And then the next level up is the oil pumps in the oil fields. You've driven somewhere and you've seen those in a field somewhere. They're pumping oil. Okay, that's what I'm envisioning here. Only the rod thing is not vertical going down into the ground. It's some kind of horizontal thing. It's mounted at the end of a large table. you know, and they got one of these things, and it's mounted horizontally, and it's got this big thing on the end of a shaft. And you just look at it and you just know when you're 4 years old, you look at that and you know that's a goddamn anal probing device. You know that. Because you've been around for 4 years, you know. I'm just trying to envision what the hell he's trying to talk about. A probing device. You know, it ain't going to be no pocket vibrator. If he sees it across the room and knows what it is, it's got to be a big old machine kind of a thing. Big machine. I envision it, you know, like probably 5.5 to 7 feet tall. Probably weighs in 300 to 500 pounds. You know, that's what I'm thinking. This machine thing, this probing device machine at the foot of the big table. And this kid knows, he knows what's coming. On the other side were windows, I guess, on the other side of what, the table, so that people could look in while somebody's being probed. He could see the night sky and part of the road through the windows. I'm tempted to go somewhere with this. I'm not going to. There's another report from a long time ago where somebody claimed there was a flying saucer thing, and they looked in through the windows and they could see something like this going on with some like mechanical automated probing thing, and they could see it through the windows. Probably the same damn kid. I don't know. What the hell? Somebody's got a fixation on that shit. Okay, on the other side were windows. He could see the night sky and part of the road through the windows. Okay, whatever. There were, here we go. It's getting better now. We're going deeper into the rabbit hole. There were jars of human-looking fetuses rode, and he means lined up, beneath the windows. Like, I don't know, like a little storage cabinet things full of human fetuses. He saw another incubator, okay, he's assuming these are incubators. Good God. Containing more jars of fetuses lined on a rack sealed to the wall just next to the doorway in front of him and adjacent to the windows. God, he's got a fine memory. It's just stunning what this little spud can remember. Next to the fetuses were two other doors. A couple of aliens walked in and out of one. I don't know, I guess they're busy. You know, hey, how you doing? How you doing, little boy? You okay? Okay, they seem to be refrigerated storage compartments. I guess you could surmise that, you know, if they were well insulated. I mean, that, you know, that's a really smart little kid. The aliens then sedated his mother with a silver needle and placed her on the large table. Okay. This gets me because even in our day and age here on, you know, measly little Earth, we barely need needles anymore. And in fact, for a long time, we haven't needed needles. You know, the military was using the pneumatic injectors. And, you know, they work really fine as long as you don't freaking jump. You know, then it's ugly. But we barely, and we're more and more we're switching to patches, and you know, needles are just kind of problematic. Okay, so. And he's fixated on the silver thing too. He loves everything silver. It's a common thread all the way through this. Alien sedated his mother with a silver needle. I just question whether or not aliens from Zeta Reticuli, 10 billion years advanced from us, still use hypodermic needles. I just am not buying it. Okay, so she's out. She goes, you know, she flops down to the floor. She's slobbering, tongue hanging out. And then they got to pick her up, I guess. Wait a minute. Is she on the table already? Doesn't say. Does it? No, I don't know. I don't care. They got to get her onto the table somehow. Okay. So she's out. She's snoring. And they put her on the table. Or she's already on the table. We don't know. And then I presume she's got to be restrained. Because what if she wakes up, you know? Because you know damn well that probing machine, you know, there's a purpose for that. It doesn't happen to be just sitting there by happenstance, you know. It's there for a reason, and it's all for scientific purposes, right? I mean, they're not pre-words, you know. The kid is for looking, though. Did they take her clothes off? I'm guessing they would. Whatever is going to happen, she's not going to like it. That's why they sedated her, knocked her ass out. Okay. So they got a restrainer. I bet they use some duct tape, you know. It sticks really good to like a stainless steel table. If they use the Gorilla brand, you know, that's the best duct tape ever. And I'm pretty sure they probably got a little storage locker just full of rolls and rolls and rolls of Gorilla brand duct tape just exactly for this. Or maybe they got, you know, like cabinets and drawers under the table filled with it. Okay, they got her on the table. She's duct taped down. Okay, then they took the witness, the little boy, down to the mid-level of the main entrance. So this thing is like a split-level luxury home kind of a thing flying through the sky. There he saw two small green-skinned reptilian aliens sitting at a main flight control. Okay. You got a 4-year-old kid, he sees green-skinned reptilian aliens, he's going to scream bloody murder and pass out. 4 seconds tops. But anyway, he figures out that they're at a main flight control. How would he know that? They got steering wheels and joysticks and shit like that. How does he know it's the main one? Bullshit. I call bullshit. It's just bullshit. Everything, including the floor. Here we go. Wait for it. Everything, including the floor, appeared to be made out of silver. There you go. Silver again. This little spud loves his silver. Everything is silver. A white light filled the room. Oh, yeah, it's probably a silvery light, you know. The temperature in the room was comfortable, and a deep bass drone sound pulsated through the craft. Well, it did, you know. It does that in all flying saucers, so it's hardly worth the mention, you know. Then all of a sudden, a woman's blood-curdling screams came from his left as he was facing the main entrance away from the aliens at the main flight console. God, his memory is so damn detailed. It must be like, what do you call that, photographic, you know. Okay, who would be screaming? Well, we already know they got a screamer. Okay, now think about this for a minute. They took the screamer, you know, the woman, they took her to that room. They duct taped her to that table that has the giant probing device on the end. I wish there was a better description of the probing device, because I got a pretty good idea what it looks like. Okay, so they've taped her down. They're warming up the machine. That's probably where that low droning hum noise came from. They're warming up the prober. Okay, that all fits. I'm not going to argue with that. And then suddenly there's blood curdling, but there's blood curdling screams. There's a mom is getting probed. Now, he doesn't say necessarily if those are screams of pain or of terror or of, you know, dare I say it, ecstasy. You don't know. A little spud like that, he's not going to know the difference between all three of those different kinds of screams anyway. Okay, but that's what's going on there. Probing has commenced. The screams were coming from inside the vaulted room. He then also heard a male voice screaming, saying, "Help us, we are being attacked by monsters." Well, Mom doesn't really think it's an attack, you know. Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what her predisposition is towards stuff like that. Okay, so the man that's screaming, he doesn't say that's his dad. I'm thinking it's the guy who tried to stuff his girlfriend in the trunk. Maybe she's being probed also. He then heard some banging noises as apparently a fight ensued between the man and the aliens. Okay, that's reasonable. The aliens came running out of a middle chamber where they were. One had a swollen cheek and had been bruised. Okay, call him bullshit. Call him bullshit. A cheek doesn't swell up in, 2.5 seconds flat. It takes a little while. And the bruises don't appear for a while. Maybe the minimum, probably 10 minutes. Maybe more like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. 2.5 seconds. No, there ain't no bruises yet. So that's bullshit. He's just lying. He says they came out with a swollen cheek and had been bruised. No, bullshit, little bastard. I really not fond of this little bastardly kid. The other, because he's lying to me. The other alien behind him pushed an emergency release on the outside of the door. How does he know that? I mean, I guess if the door popped open really quickly, I guess you could surmise that. 2 more aliens came running out from the southeast hallway wearing white lab coats. Okay, here we go. Bullshit. I have a hard time believing that on Zeta Reticuli, alien medical personnel wear exactly the same attire that doctors on Earth wear, white lab coats. I'm just thinking the evolution would not have been that closely aligned. It's just bullshit. They went into the room. The man tried to fight them off. I guess the kid can see now. See him fighting. Can he see the probing? But everything suddenly became silent. Somebody knocked somebody out. Then 2 more aliens came up on an elevator that was right behind the witness. They were wearing white astronaut suits that looked similar to NASA. Oh, God, whatever. I mean, we're so far down the rabbit hole now. They appeared to be about 4.5 feet tall, had large gray heads and large, round, human-like eyes. They got every kind of damn alien there is. It's a real smorgasbord of aliens. They wore clear bubble helmets. Okay, well, on Earth, the clear bubble helmets have been tried by all kinds of different countries for space travel. They never worked out. Nobody liked them. They discontinued them long time ago. About the time I was born, I think. So, I don't. Maybe they worked out for the aliens. But I'm thinking this kid just saw the clear bubble helmets in a movie or in a comic book, and he said, "Yeah, that's what they were wearing." Okay, they're a million years advanced from us, but they're wearing tech that we abandoned 50 years ago. The suits appeared to be glossy and slick. They seemed to be wearing some type of gravity boots. Okay, you little bastard. Why do you think that? Why do you think they're gravity boots? Do they clomp, like they're magnetic or something? Why do you think they're gravity boots? Why would you think that? Because you saw it in a comic somewhere. One was holding a silver container box of some type. Silver. I wonder if their teeth are silver also. One is holding a silver container box of some type. Then a strange human came out of a southeast quarter chamber from upstairs. Oh, good. He pushed a button at the top of the banister, then opened a small gate door connected between the banister handrails. I'm picturing something like you would put on your stairway on your second floor so your little baby doesn't, take a header off, roll down the stairs. Okay, that's what I'm thinking. An escalator rolled out from directly underneath the railings where he stood. As the escalator rolled out, he pushed another button. Then lighted hand railings appeared on each side of the escalator. Now, I would probably, if I was an alien technician, I would hook those up in series so that when one task had been initiated, it automatically initiated the second task of making the hand railing. I wouldn't make two different buttons there for that. Okay, the lighted hand railings appeared to be working off of, here we go. God, I hate this little kid. The lighted hand railings appeared to be working off of some type of remote sensors that were connected to the escalator. Where do you think that? How do you arrive at that conclusion, you little Einstein bastard? The escalator locked onto a platform at the bottom towards the center of the mid-level off to the side where the young witness was standing. As the human came down the escalator, he stood on the platform. He was wearing a skin-tight black suit with a V-shaped cap. Okay, skin-tight suit has been reported 10 bazillion times. Usually they say they're silver. This kid didn't put the silver part in there. I don't know. Maybe he's afraid he just used silver too many times. Okay, and I don't know what a V-shaped cap is. Don't know, don't care. He appeared to be Spanish and stood about 6 feet tall. Why would you say that? Why? Because he had a little goatee and something like that? I can't tell Spanish people necessarily when I look. Sometimes you can, not very often. A little 4-year-old not going to know that. God, he's 6 feet tall. He wore a strange patch on his left sleeve with emblems on it. The emblems appeared to symbolize some type of federation or star league. Why does he think that? Why would you surmise that? It could mean that you're, I don't know, what? Human, I don't know. He had a sharp-cut beard here. Okay, there's the Spanish link. Spaniards like those sharp-cut beards. He spoke to the other aliens, and the witness could hear the short gray aliens communicating by using telepathy. Okay. Now, a lot of people would poo-poo the whole telepathy thing. I'm not going to. I've studied it much of my life, but I'm not going to poo-poo that notion at all. They had been, okay, apparently, okay, he's listening to the communications. They had been diving for a device they lost in a deep mud swamp and were trying to recover it. Okay. He gets a point for that because there are quite a number of stories where people around the world over many hundred years have claimed, actually going back even thousands of years, even before the time of Christ, there are stories where people claim that aliens came and started rooting around, and the people went over and said, hey man, what are you doing? And the aliens communicated to them somehow and said, well, we lost some shit here and we're trying to find it. So that story has a lot going for it. Okay. They had found only one part, but the main part remained lost somewhere at the bottom of the swamp. Now, this is alien tech, 100 bazillion years beyond ours, and they can't find this thing in the swamp? We could. We got metal detectors and shit. Probably theirs are better than ours, but they still can't find it? Good. Maybe it's one of their probes, they doesn't really show up on the metal detector. They feared the device was buried too deep in mud or covered in weeds and sticks to be recovered. I'm thinking alien tech could do it, you know. I'm just saying we can do it. If we can do it, they can do it, right? The human alien ordered them back out for a second search. Okay, the human's in charge, I guess. As they exited, the young witness saw another room that appeared to be a maintenance vault. Why? Why would you come to that conclusion? It's full of brooms and dust mops and shit like that? Why would you think it's a maintenance vault? You got a bunch of crescent wrenches and pliers hanging on the wall? He was then escorted by two small grays down to the main engine room through the main elevator. And he's not scared of any of these aliens. Jesus, I would have emptied my bladder so many times. Anyone. These grays stood 4.5 feet tall with large slanted black eyes and hollow ears. And I never have figured out what in the hell hollow ears means. What, they're like a big old hole you can see into their brains? What the hell does that mean? The witness again hears their telepathic communication and understands that he is to be eaten. No, it doesn't say that. I wish it would. I might rewrite this someday to make it a hell of a lot more interesting. Okay. Communication, and understands that he is to be guarded by a mechanic in the engine room due to the fact that they were having problems with some of the abductees who had been fighting back. Yeah, okay. I'm not going to go there. The main engine was about 3 to 4 feet high. How does he know it's a main engine? Could be anything at all. Could be the hot dog making machine. But this little 4-year-old knows it's the main engine. It was about 3 to 4 feet high and about 7 to 8 feet long. The main engine had 3 cylinders on top with 2 long shafts that ran down on top of each side of the top cylinders. Whatever. The mechanical engineer was a human astronaut, in quotes. What, like he retired from NASA? And the alien said, hey, man, hey, come on, go with us, you know. He stood about 6 feet, was Caucasian, with thick, light brown, short hair and a thick beard. He appeared to be about 37 years of age. I don't know why he appeared to be about. I mean, you know, people say 35, 40, I don't know, around in there. You're not going to say 37.216 years. He wore a heavily insulated orange space suit that was pocketed with remote attachments down the pant, leg, thighs, and the shirt sleeves. He worked on the main engine front. Maybe you got to change some fan belts, you know, something like that. Broken water pump. And the witness curiously approached to watch. Okay, so nobody's holding him. He's just free to walk around, screw things up. It appeared that they were having engine problems, and at one point, the witness saw what appeared to be blue silver. At one point, the witness saw what appeared to be blue silver atom core. Yeah, 4-year-old's gonna know it's an atom core. It's an atom core, you little bastard lying piece of shit. The alien mechanic told the witness to go into another room while he worked on the engine. Yeah, get the hell out of here, you little son of a... He had hazel eyes, and his pupils were little tiny dots as if synthetic. No, there are some substances that will do that, you know. If you're being overworked and you got to take something. Okay. Later, 2 gray aliens came back down and took the witness up to the mid-level. There, he noticed that the middle abduction door was opened. What in God's name is an abduction door? I don't know what that means. I guess it's just the door where they took all the abductees, and herded him through. I don't know. The two aliens then took him into this room. There he saw the young male hooked up. Okay, this is the guy from the car 40 feet behind him. There he saw the young male hooked up to a vertical machine, standing upright, facing him. Okay, I'm thinking, my first thought is, Jesus on the cross. And then I'm thinking, no, like a really big version of a, what do they call those things for laundry? You hang your suits on there and you steam them, a big laundry steamer thing, full-size laundry steamer thing. That's what I'm thinking. So this guy's hanging from one of those. He appeared to be about 19 to 20 years of age with blonde hair and blue eyes. The machine was shaped like a T. Yeah. Laundry steamer. Garment steamer. That's what a garment steamer. To the right were two mechanical machines. One displayed colors of fluids in tubes. The other machine under it displayed red beads of round, circular-looking lights on the inside. See, at this point, you can make up any goddamn shit you want, because somebody's going to come along and say, no, they didn't look like that. No. You can make up anything you want. Anything you want. I could be really creative. I might have fun with this at a later date. And we'll present it as a real report and see how many people fall for it. I'll take out some of the outrageous, stupid shit and replace it with stuff that might be sort of mildly plausible, God. He had tubes. Okay, wait. Okay. The other machine under it displayed red beads of round, circular-looking lights on the inside. Whatever the hell that means. He had tubes in his sides, in the sides of his midsection. A device from the top of the upright shaped like a T folded out over his head. What the hell? His eyes were wide open. His mouth was open with a black flat piece inside it. He had white round taped sensory patches and wires to his head, fingers, body, and feet. And I bet you to other places too. I questioned whether aliens from Zeta Reticuli 10 billion years advanced from us need to tape sensors on somebody's body. I'm not buying it. It's bullshit. There were little spats of blood on the floor near his feet. Okay, maybe that might be the only true statement. To the left was a bed with a silver... I haven't done a string search in this piece to see how many times he says silver, but I bet it's 100. To the left was a bed... What in the hell? To the left was a bed with a silver blanket that appeared to be space-age material, and the blanket they had used to levitate them, meaning all the abductees. There was also an operations panel that seemed to be electrical and an alien performing functions on it. Oh my God. This little kid drank a lot of coffee, didn't he? Then two aliens escorted him back out the main entrance room near the elevator again. So they just took him in there to see this guy? It's like, hey, little bastard, shut up or this is going to be you. What the hell? Then something else happened. Oh, God. A call came from one of the green reptilian aliens at the main control. They said, quote, "We have been found by them. They are coming to destroy us." Oh, God. And this little kid heard this, right? I guess in his mind. One alien was scared and wanted to leave in fear that they were going to be killed. The witness... I'm not going to go there either. The witness could still hear the aliens communicating telepathically with each other. Quote, "They are getting close. We only have about 12 minutes before they get visible approach." Oh, God. Okay, so presumably, yeah, here we go. Two Air Force jets became visible on digital monitor screens. They magnified one of the monitor screens, and he could see through the clear cockpit glass of the jet and could see the pilot's head and face as clear as day. No, I'm thinking not. He's probably going to have, well, let's see, it's nighttime. Maybe won't have a visor, but going to have an oxygen mask. Not going to see his face. Could see the pilot's head and face as clear as day. No, as how many? We're subtracting points. See, right now they're down, I don't know, 50, 60, 70 points, in the negative. Okay, as the pilots approached with weapons locked. How do they know that? How does he know that? Even if they had a GoPro inside the cockpit of this jet, the little spud kid's not going to look at all the lights and all the levers and the buttons, and he's not going to know what means, what demonstrates that the weapons are locked. He's not going to know any of this. The main entrance of the UFO breached, opened, I guess he means, and airlocked the spacecraft down. What does that mean? The main entrance of the UFO breached. Breached, that means open. Means it opened. And airlocked the spacecraft down. Well, if the main entrance opened, they're not going to do no damn airlocking. The locking breach was noisy and loud. Why would it be? I mean, it could be, but I'm thinking their engineering is probably a little more advanced than that. Not a damn 1964 submarine. It released a small white cloud of gas. He saw short, stubby aliens up on top of the southeast breach of the main entrance. Whatever. That performed the lockdown. They wore dark black robes and black hoods, like little Darth Vaders. Yeah, little 4-foot tall Darth Vaders. They're just shuffling around. Their eyes were large, black, and appeared to be human-like. Their skin was gray. They looked very evil. The young witness made eye contact with one, and it glared back down at him as if he was worth nothing to him. Like a bug. Well, he's a bug. The aliens at the console pulled out flat silver. There's no other color in that whole damn thing. Everything is silver. Must be blinding. The aliens at the console pulled out flat silver remote devices that attach to the main console. Aliens at the console pulled out flat silver remote devices that attached to the main console and performed a program sequence to make the craft travel backward in time. How's he know this? I don't know. Maybe he's hearing the thoughts of the... See, I can't make it through this thing without getting pissed off. I swore this time it was going to be clinical, analytical, calm, and collected. No, it's bullshit. Bullshit. Okay. They performed a program sequence to make the craft travel backward in time, locating the craft in another dimension of time and space. This was done according to the flight history of the craft. Okay, they're doing an undo. They pushed Control Z, undo, take us back. This was done according to the flight history of the craft that relocated 40 minutes before they had been picked up on radar. Okay. A tall green alien then walked up behind the witness, picked him up, and placed him on a small silver table with... Silver? It can't be blue? What in the hell? I'm surprised the aliens aren't silver. A tall green alien then walked up. Oh, I'm getting discombobulated. A tall green alien then walked up behind the witness, picked him up, and placed him on a small silver table with wheels and laid him down on his back. I bet he's thinking his turn with the probe is coming. The tall ripped. What happened to Mom? She's still screaming? Is that alien machine still? No video, I guess. The tall reptilian alien stood about 7 feet, had large slanted black eyes, a tiny nose, and hollowed ears. Here we go, hollowed ears again. If you look inside in those holes, you can see the gears turning, right? At this point, the witness began to cry. Oh, finally, you little chicken shit. Cry, you little bastard. The tall alien then touched him and communicated telepathically with him. He said, "Do not be scared. You will be okay." He smiled at the witness. Wait. See, we got to pick these apart. The tall alien, is that the tall reptilian? Yeah. The tall reptilian alien smiled. I don't know that reptiles really can smile, right? I mean, a crocodile, he kind of looks like he's grinning all the time. What the hell? He smiled at the witness and comforted him. Then more small gray aliens surrounded the table. We don't know if this is another probing table or just... The witness then blacked out, but felt conscious inside. So he's like meditating. He felt the table being rolled up on an uplift and the feeling of being rolled back downwards. He woke up in another room or an abduction chamber. He was placed on a long table, and then aliens in white gloss robes walked out. Walked out from in back of the room. Okay. Break time. Yeah, okay. Just pause it here. Just pause it, because you need a break as much as I do. Okie dokie then. He woke up in another room. Ion chamber. He was placed on, and then, what? Doesn't make any sense. He was placed on, and then aliens in white gloss out from in back of the room. What the hell does that mean? Doesn't make any sense. What's going on here? Hold on. Oh, little computer malfunction there. Okay. He was placed... He woke up in another room or an abduction chamber. He was placed on a long table, and then aliens in white gloss robes walked out from in back of the room. The small robed aliens were grays. They told the tall alien that the witness was the wrong type and they could not do any more to him. The tall alien ordered them to carry on with the abduction phase. Well, he's already abducted. The small aliens tried to argue, but the large reptilian had the authority. We don't know who in the hell's in charge here, really. The witness noticed a miniature laser lens strapped around the right side of the tall alien's head. I can't visualize that. A rack mount of machines over his head, and a rolling laser machine rolled out through ceiling rollers over his body. No clue. No clue. Rings of oracular light swarmed his body. He clenched. Yeah, you got to correct sometimes. He clenched his teeth. That's probably the probe, you know. Oh, God. He blacked out and then came to. Everything was fuzzy and hazy. The tall alien then placed a large silver, not red, not green, not blue, silver needle on the witness' lower right calf. He could see machines lined across the side of the wall from the foot of the table, probably probing machines. The small alien was taking out a tube from one of these machines. tube. It had malfunctioned. The machine was then taken out and immediately replaced. Wait. A tube. This is 1960 what? 60 something. I had TVs and all radios and shit from then. They used the old vacuum tubes. Is that what he's talking about? Is that what he's talking about? He's saying the aliens are using technology that uses old radio and TV vacuum tubes because that's all he knows to make stuff up from. God almighty. It had malfunctioned. The machine was then taken out and immediately replaced. The alien technicians came back in with the original machine. It was shaped like a VCR and had a lighted tube that locked in place. He blacked out again, but could feel alien fingers poking inside his stomach. That's the probe, you know. It produced a dull pain as he moaned and tried to roll over on his side. Then a tall... okay, here we go. Now we're warming right up now. Then, brace yourselves, because it gets even better. Then a tall angel came in and stood on the other side of the table facing the reptilian creature. The angel looked at the reptilian and ordered it to put him, meaning the little kid, back. It told them that the witness was, quote, a child of God, and told the reptilian the angel, had been sent by God. No, wait a minute, maybe the kid. Somebody was sent by God. That the witness was a child of God and told the reptilian it had been sent by God. Somebody was sent by God. I don't know who. The angel, the kid, probably the angel. It told the reptilian that if they did not take the witness back, they would be destroyed. Cool to be an angel, right? Cool to be an angel. Who was that? John Travolta? Angel? He was a cool angel. The reptilian said that they were not going to harm him and that they would return him as they found him. The angel then said, this is your last warning. Put the child back now and let him go or you will be destroyed. You know, I would. If I was the reptile, I would just do it. I would say, fuck this shit. You want that little bastard? We hate him anyway. Just take him now and go. The angel then disappeared. Why would the angel disappear? The reptilian, I mean, he's getting over on him, right? Why would you disappear? You're an angel. You're indestructible. I guess you got other angel shit to go do. The angel then disappeared. The reptilian pointed over to where the angel had stood and said to the other grays, did you see that? What was that? He then looked down at the witness and asked, what are you? Thinking that he had somehow produced the angel spirit, thinking that the kid had somehow produced the angel spirit, the reptilian then said, I don't know what you are or what that thing was, but we are going to find out. Okay. It ordered the Greys to go after the angel. You can't go after a disappearing angel. I mean, everybody knows this. You cannot. What are you going to do? If he disappears, you just run even faster? You know, that's not going to work. Where are you going to run to? Side of the bulkhead? It ordered the Greys to go after the angel, to find it and bring it back. The witness awoke back in the mid-level near the elevator where they had performed the abduction on him. What does that mean, really? They performed the abduction on him when he was in the damn car. Once he's in the spaceship, he's already abducted. They're not performing any other abduction on him unless that's his word for probing. I'm thinking his little brain couldn't handle the probing shit, so he just substitutes a word. The tall alien then sat him on the floor. Why? Huh? His body felt dense, heavy, and mushy, and his legs were limp. However, he felt cheerful and happy to be alive. He wanted to play with the small reptilians at the main control. Okay, they drugged him. They drugged his little ass somehow. They drugged him. Now he's just happy. They could read his mind. Oh, wait. He wanted to play with the small reptilians at the main control. Okay, they could read his mind and were rude when they said, "We can't play games with you. What do you think of us now?" Well, obviously he thinks you're pretty nice because he wants to play games with you, you little bastards. You think we are evil now, don't you? Well, no, because he likes you, because he wants to play games with you. So where you come up with this shit, you little fuckheads? Jesus. The aliens then smirked at him. Soon, the Spanish human astronaut came back out and ordered someone to release the witness and his family. The mom's done getting probed, I guess. Been quiet for a while. Maybe she's like sleeping. Howard Stern would take this shit to a whole nother dimension, wouldn't he? They were taken out and put back in their car. He remembered how, okay, I'm not going to question anything at this point here. He remembered that his mother sat limp and his father was in a trance state. His father had red burns on the left side of his face. But the mother was sat limp. That's like an indication of over-probing, right? Yeah. Then he came to... Okay, then the father came to about the same time as his mother, as she awoke screaming. Screaming, she's... Oh, good. She's got a lot of screaming in there. Okay, then he came to about the same time as his mother, as she awoke screaming. Step on it, step on it. She cried. God. The young witness looked back as the car sped away. Okay. And could see one of the friendly aliens waving goodbye. Oh, God, I can't take much more. The friendly aliens are waving goodbye. He waved back. Well, of course he did, yeah. The craft then shot straight upward and arced into space and then vanished. Okay. Good riddance. The witness reported later home visitations by spaceman-type aliens wearing black skin-tight suits. And here we go again, people. It's kind of nauseating, but I got to read it. Oh, God. The witness reported later home visitations by spaceman-type aliens wearing black skin-tight suits, silver belts, and gadgets attached to them. They walk through the walls. Oh, Jesus. The next day, neighbors reported seeing a UFO early in the morning hours from 1:40 in the morning to the time the whole family awoke from a trance in the living room. The crafts resembled the crafts that the neighbors saw resembled lighted silver discs. Why not? It's a silver world. The young witness's father reported the incident to the military officials, and he was told that it could have been a secret military V craft. Okay, and there we go. That's the end. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. I be going to church. Now, in the previous episode, the beginning of this, I told you that I knew something very, very major and critical about this report. And I did, and I do. And I'm going to tell you what it is in about 20 seconds. I mean, clearly this is bullshit. The whole thing is just horseshit, bullshit. I question whether it was even, loosely, remotely based on any existing real report that might have been one or two sentences long. And And somebody just took it and ran with it. Okay, for what reason? Why would somebody do that? Well, some people just like to get attention. But it can be even more sinister than that. Russia, the fall of the Soviet Union, shitloads, whole shiploads of Western ufologists rushed into Russia because they thought, okay, Soviet Union is dead. All kinds of secret records are about to be released, and we want to be there, and we want to scarf them up. And then we'll come back to the U.S. and to Germany and whatever, and we'll publish all this stuff, and we'll be rich and famous mother bastards. Okay, that was the reasoning. Okay, so they rushed in there, and they found that they couldn't. Well, no, they didn't find this at all. They found that there was a whole lot of material offered up to them. In the beginning, it was offered for free. And then really, really quickly, the Russians started saying, well, yeah, I got this report. I smuggled it out of the Kremlin. I lost my arm. Look, I lost. Well, I mean, they put it back on. But, oh, God, it was horrible to smuggle this report out. I'll sell it to you, I'll sell it to you. You can't tell anybody where you got it, but I'll sell, for 1 million rupee Russian things, whatever that is. Okay, and some Western ufologists said, yeah, man, okay, let me wire my bank right now. Okay, we're going to take care of you. And they bought a lot of these reports, and they published them here as reports, not necessarily saying they're true, but representing them as, probably true, Okay, this one I believe was one of those. And the reason I believe that is because it was written by my arch nemesis. Where the hell is he? Where is he? Uh-oh, his name is gone. What the hell? It must have gotten deleted. Anton Enfilov, I believe. Anton Enfilov was, I thought he was Russian. No, I researched him. He's Ukrainian. It's kind of hard to tell them apart when you're in that region. I was in that region last winter. Neither of them like the other at all, really. Anyway, Anton was a Ukrainian guy who has produced a whole shitload of alien reports. And I believe he was trying to sell them. I don't know if he successfully sold any of them to anybody ever, because everything he put his name on was so outlandishly bullshit that I don't think even the idiots among the idiots would have fallen for it and paid him real hard cold cash. But maybe they did. I don't know. I believe this is one of his. And I swear to God, I had another version of this where his name was listed as the author or one of the authors or the investigator or something. And in this one, it's not there, and I don't know why. But I still believe this was one of his. I mean, it's his style all the way through. All the way through it. It's Anton Enfilov. I have a blood oath sworn to kill the guy. If I ever find him, I want to tie him to a tree. I want to kill him slowly over a period of weeks or months with a ping pong paddle. Slowly, just for releasing this drivel shit. Slowly, whack it. You do it for a little while. Your arm gets tired. You switch arms, and that one gets tired. And, you're out in the woods somewhere, and last I heard, he was up in the wilderness of Canada or Alaska, and we all hoped that the bears ate him. We don't know if they really have. I haven't heard anything from him or about him for quite some number of years. But I would take him back there. Because out in the forest of northern Canada, nobody can hear your screams, So I would tie him to a tree, and I would kill him slowly with a ping pong paddle. I'd feed him well, keep him warm, keep the bears from eating him. They could nibble a little bit, no big deal. I'd probably take a couple of ping pong paddles in case, one wore out. Whack it. That'd be torture, right? And then when I'm all done, when my arms are just too tired to do it anymore, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 5 weeks, I don't know how long, I would just give a big old dog whistle and say, "Come on, boys." The bears would come in, and I'd walk away. Okay, so there you go. Now you know. Now you know the rest of the story, as Paul Harvey would say. This is the rest of the story of the little boy from passing through Georgia. What the hell? What the hell? I don't know what this guy. That kid probably doesn't even exist. I don't know. I don't know the author of this report. I don't know. Maybe somebody paid money for this. I don't know. Maybe somebody paid Anton $25 for this. I don't know. Okay, we're done. I'm really, really done. That's enough of this damn thing. That's just enough of this damn thing. I got through this a hell of a lot better than I did the first time. The first time I was reduced to screaming, swearing hysteria because it pissed me off so much that he was trying to make us choke this shit down. This is probably my third or fourth time through it, and I did really good. I'm really proud of myself. Only a couple of F-bombs, you know. Okay, we're done. Thank you very much. Oh, my God. Thank you very much, and good evening. And I'm going to put a link in the bottom of this thing. In the comments or somewhere in the description, I suppose. I'll put a link so that you can go to the first one that is just a clean read with no commentary. So that's what I really prefer people to do. You know, if you got new people who want to, if you got friends, whatever, who want to go through this experience, don't let them listen to this one. Just give them the link to the first one, the 294, whatever the hell that number was. And let them do that first, because there's no commentary. I don't make any claims that it's bullshit. I don't deride it in any way at all. I just do a straight read. And then at the end of it, you know, there's going to be people who say, oh my God, that's a wild story. Oh, I'm really scared now. Oh, do you think the aliens are coming here? Okay, there's going to be people like that. And you just let them smolder like that for a couple of days or a couple of weeks, or how, you know, you milk it for whatever you can get. And then you say, hey, by the way, here's a full discussion of that same report. You want to listen to that tape? And they say, yeah, I want to know the details on that one. And then you point him to this one. Okay, so I'll go back to the 294, and I'll put a link to this one, and I'll go on this one. I'll put a link back to the 294, and then you know, you can do them in order or you know, whatever. Oh, God. All tapes are copyright 2024, stockphotosworldwide.com. That's it. Thank you very much. Good evening and good night.